Central team divided into 3 groups visits several districts in Assam to assess damages caused by flood. One-day assembly session in Arunachal Pradesh discusses government's plea to include the state in 6th schedule of constitution. GST compensation gap of more than 2 lakh crore rupees can be met by states in consultation with RBI, assures Centre. India registers 100% hike in COVID-19 recoveries in last 25 days. Fatality rate falls to less than 2%. And Meghalaya government plans to recruit more women police personnel to confront crimes against women and children. Good evening viewers, welcome to the Notice News Bulletin. This is Monjay and now the details. In news from Assam first, the central team, which arrived in Guwahati on Tuesday today, began their field visits to assess the flood damages in the state. The team will continue the assessment till tomorrow. Chief Executive Officer of the Assam State Disaster Management Authority, M.S. Manivanan, has informed that the 6-member team has been divided into 3 groups. Manivanan said the groups are visiting at least 7 flood-hit districts. He said the team held a review meeting with the senior Assam government officials in Guwahati last evening. Additional Chief Secretary Jisnu Borua made a presentation on flood damages to the team. Today, one group of the team visited Nagaon district, another visited Gwalpara, and yet another visited Lakhimpur.
ये तो आपको पता है कि जब ज़्यादा बारिश होगी तो पानी यहीं से आएगा, उसका अरेंजमेंट तो कुछ करना पड़ेगा ना, परमानेंट सोल्यूशन। में और 3-4 विलेज है, पानी वहाँ पे। तो खेती का कितना जमीन इससे प्रभावित हुआ? और कौन सा खेती का तो सर बहुत है, नहीं कौन सा फसल वो होने के 90 डेज है जो है नॉर्मली, और उसके बियॉन्ड भी 120 डेज तक भी आप कर सकते हो। ये विजिट हमने किया, यहाँ इतने लोग थे और इसी चीज़ जैसे यहाँ ये ब्रिज हो गया, पुल टूट गया, एग्रीकल्चर लैंड जो है वो हो गई, वैसा पहले से होता है।
लास्ट ईयर हम लोग भी इसे 1-1.5 महीने फाइट किया है। फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल स्लोप में आ गया था थोड़ा जंगल में, इसे कि जो हम लोग तो ब्रह्मपुत्र जो अलॉन्ग द ब्रह्मपुत्र हम लोग करीब 30 किलोमीटर
बनाए हो आप,
बनाया है। उसी में इसमें हम लोग को 300-400 मीटर का उसके इरोशन अफेक्टेड था। इस बार
In Arunachal Pradesh, with strict COVID-19 safety protocols in place, a one-day session of the State Legislative Assembly was held today. The session was also reduced to 1 day, even though earlier it was scheduled for 3 days. Among the important legislative business, the Assembly took up the government's resolution for inclusion of Arunachal Pradesh in the 6th schedule of the Indian Constitution for what is called protection of tradition, culture and rights of the indigenous people of the state. Union Finance Minister Nirmala Sitharaman today said the entire GST compensation gap of 2,35,000 crore rupees of this year can be met by the states in consultation with the Reserve Bank of India. After chairing the 44th GST Council meet, she said that once the arrangement is agreed upon by the GST Council, dues will be cleared fast and also take care of the rest of the financial year. She also said the other option given was to provide a special window to states in consultation with the RBI to provide the 97,000 crore rupees at a reasonable rate of interest, which can then be repaid after 5 years from collection of cess. She said the two options were placed before the states so that no state has to struggle for loans. Sitharaman said states wanted to lay down both options in detail and give them 7 full working days to deliberate on it and get back. These options will be available only for this year. The Union government has approved 78 new routes under the fourth round of Regional Connectivity Scheme Ure Desh Ka Aam Nagrik (URAN) to further enhance the connectivity to remote and regional areas of the country. The Civil Aviation Ministry said Northeast region, hilly states and islands have been given priority in the approval process for the new routes. It said 29 served, 8 unserved and 2 underserved airports have been included in the list for approved routes. The ministry said overall 766 routes have been sanctioned so far under the scheme. Joint Secretary in the Ministry of Civil Aviation, Usha Padi, said the ministry had launched the fourth round of URAN in December last year with a special focus on northeastern regions, hilly states and islands. She said the awarding of routes under URAN 4 is in line with the actors' policy of the central government. The recovery rate of patients from COVID-19 in the country has reached 76.24% today. The total number of patients recovered has almost reached 3.5 times the number of active cases. The country also registered more than 100% hike in the recoveries in the last 1 month. With sustained interventions, India has achieved another milestone of over 25 lakh recoveries. Over 56,000 patients have successfully recovered from COVID-19 in the last 24 hours. Union Health Ministry has informed that out of total active corona cases in the country, only 0.23% are on ventilators and 2% of the total patients are in the ICU. The case fatality rate also continues to show a steady decline and now stands at 1.83%. Assam, Kerala, Bihar, Orissa, Telangana, Tripura, Andhra Pradesh and Chhattisgarh have recorded fatality rates less than even 1%. The number of corona positive patients in Arunachal Pradesh rose to 3,555, among whom 2,563 people have recovered and 5 people have lost their lives. In Manipur, the number rose to 5,585, of whom 3,829 have recovered and 25 have fallen to the disease. In Meghalaya, the number rose to 2,114, of whom 895 have recovered. Mizoram counted a total of 967 corona positive cases, among whom 473 have recovered. Nagaland counted a total number of 3,778 with 2,611 recoveries, whereas 1,486 people were positive in Sikkim with 1,076 recoveries. In Tripura, 9,908 people were found positive with 6,697 recoveries. In Assam, Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma in a tweet said the total number of active COVID-19 patients in the state now stands at 21,680, whereas 74,814 patients have been discharged so far. In the last 24 hours of 36,225 tested samples, 2,179 samples were positive. The positivity rate has reached 6.1%. The death toll has gone up to 274. The novel coronavirus has affected 2,43,56,180 people across the globe till date. The death toll rose to 8,30,134 and 1,68,90,125 people have recovered till date. USA counted a total case of 60,01,103. Brazil followed next with a total of 37,22,004 COVID-19 cases, and Russia had 9,75,576 cases. The second phase clinical trials of Oxford COVID-19 vaccine got underway in Chennai and Pune. In Chennai, 2 prominent medical institutions started the second and third phase field trial of the Oxford vaccine candidate Covishield. Chennai is one of the 17 locations in India to conduct the field trial of the promising vaccine candidate Covishield, developed jointly by Oxford University and AstraZeneca. The government Rajiv Gandhi General Hospital and Sri Ramachandra Institute of Higher Education and Research are the two institutions in the city that run the trial. In Maharashtra, the Phase 2 clinical trial of the Oxford COVID-19 vaccine being manufactured by the Serum Institute of India began at a medical college and hospital in Pune today. According to the hospital officials, 2 male volunteers were administered the vaccine at Bharati Vidyapith's Medical College and Hospital today. The Meghalaya government is considering recruitment of more women police personnel who will boost the state's police strength to tackle crimes against women and children. Home Minister Lakshman Rimbui has informed that crime against women and children are on the rise and people are coming forward now to report them, unlike in the past where most cases were not reported either to the police or state Women Commission or Child Rights Commission, stating that the government has made it mandatory to protect the identity of victims. The Home Minister also lauded the civil society and people in villages for taking proactive steps against such crimes. Information and Broadcasting Minister Prakash Javadekar has said fake news is more dangerous than paid news. Speaking at a virtual event organized by industry body Internet and Mobile Association of India IAMAI, Javadekar said fake news has a very potent power of disturbing the peace. He said the manipulation of public opinion on social media platforms has emerged as a critical threat to public life. The minister said government has taken an initiative to curb fake news by setting up a fact-check team which checks and verifies information being floated in digital medium. In Assam, renowned singer Archana Mahanta breathed her last at a private hospital in Guwahati. She was 72. She had been admitted in the hospital on July 15 last after she had suffered a stroke. She, along with her late husband Khoghen Mahanta, earned fame and popularity across the state and northeast as they toured the region and enthralled crowds wherever they went. State Chief Minister Sarbananda Sonowal and Health and Family Welfare Minister Dr. Himanta Biswa Sharma expressed their grief over her death. And finally, in Meghalaya, Speaker of State Legislative Assembly Medba Lindo inspected the Aitnor at Jowai and Nartiang as part of the government's pilgrimage, rejuvenation and spiritual augmentation drive Prasad scheme. The 2 crore rupees under the Prasad scheme for the beautification of Nartiang village and the Aitnor at Jowai in West Jaintia Hills. Nartiang is known for its and the Durga temple, whereas Aitnor, Jowai is known for the annual state festival of Bedit Lam. To end the news, the headlines once again. Central team divided into 3 groups visits several districts in Assam to assess damages caused by flood. One-day assembly session in Arunachal Pradesh discusses government's plea to include the state in 6th schedule of constitution. GST compensation gap of more than 2 lakh crore rupees can be met by states in consultation with RBI Asia Center. India registers 100% hike in COVID-19 recoveries in last 25 days. Fatality rate falls to less than 2%. And Meghalaya government plans to recruit more women police personnel to confront crimes against women and children. And that brings us to the end of this evening's bulletin. Thank you for tuning in. Namaskar.